Let's say you're growing up, you're self-conscious about yourself, you're sleep deprived, you're fat, you can't talk to women, your eating habits aren't the best, and someone trusts you with a personal struggle and tells you like a deep dark secret. And what do? You throw it back in their face and make them feel like they're not worthy of themselves, because it'll make you feel better about yourself and it'll help you look past your own flaws. People compare themselves to one another every day. We compare ourselves to models who have had massive amounts of plastic surgery, beautiful women, and these Giga Chad men. We just compare ourselves to them. So any flaw that someone sees in them, they have to point it out, or they have to belittle them or make them feel bad about themselves. Or you could be living the most normal life. Maybe you decide to take a pic and post it on your Instagram so your friends can see it, and you get that one comment trying to knock you all down because they aren't happy with their shitty lives and they have to bring others down with them, and make their self-confidence go up higher because they gave you a bad day. They made your day bad, so they have to make themselves feel better about themselves. When people say hurt people, they truly mean that people who have something within themselves that they really dislike, that they have to point out another person's flaw or belittle them or make them feel bad about themselves just to feel better about your shitty self or your shitty lives. Pick me girls in friendships, like there's girls like that really want men's attention really badly because they just seek validation from men, that they'll literally put down another woman and make her feel bad about herself to make themselves look like such a good person or such a person you want to be with. But I think that's like the ugliest characteristics of a person, is when you have to stoop that low to make yourself feel good about yourself, that you have to put down another person, let alone another woman, and in front of a man, of all things, in front of a man. I think pick me girls are like the most disgusting women you'll ever come across. Those are just women in friendship. Let's not even get started about pick me women in terms of their daughter. Like some mothers will choose a man over their own daughter, or like not listen to their daughter's story of what a man has done to them, but they'll go back and turn a blind eye and pretend like nothing happened just to protect the man in that relationship. Why are we not prioritizing what's more important in our relationships? There's a movie by Tyler Perry called Neighbors from Hell. Essentially, it's about this woman who has like 3 children in a foster care system, and she's looking after them, and she was hurt so badly by the foster care system herself that she had to go and treat these kids with like treating them so terribly, beating on them, like not looking after them properly, not feeding them, not feeding them. What, girl? Not feeding them, not taking care of them. And this is such a common thing that happens within obviously the foster care system, but not only the foster care system, but also just families in general. This could happen. This is really common for things to happen. Oftentimes things led up to this because people hurt them in the past, so it's all they know to hurt others because they have no way of coping with their own shit, and they can't really fathom the concept of being nice to people or having empathy. They can't empathize with other people because no one ever gave them any empathy, so they have to go after others. A lot of times I was bullied personally. I had people talking about the way I speak or the way I just don't speak at all in class. I'll get those popular girls being like, "Oh, you want to be my friend?" Haha, just for jokes, just to be the butt of the joke with their friends or whatever. I hated being around people so much, and I hated like when people would talk to me, and I hated everything. I hated everything about school. I hated going to school. That I wouldn't talk to anybody. No one even knew my name. Like 9 times out of 10, no one knew how I sounded because I would never speak. I just didn't like talking to people, and I hated myself. I hated myself so much. But you want to know something? Even though I always hated myself, I've never put someone down because of my own insecurities. I've never attacked someone else's insecurities because I'm insecure about my own self. There's millions of people online every day that go online and just talk shit in different comment sections and will just be haters for no reason, or just hate on certain things that people would do. Like if I posted content or whatever, if I posted something and I didn't want my family to know, let's say I start posting content and I get really scared to post content because I'm afraid of people in my real life finding it. That's what I did for so long. I really hated the things that I would post, and I thought that they were so cringy, and I hated everything about everything that I posted, and I just didn't want people to see it. But I enjoyed doing it. I just hated what I would post, and I didn't want people to see because I was just so embarrassed. And you know, some people will swipe up and message me like, oh, I saw your video, or I saw this video that you posted, and I'm just like cringing inside because I hated, like, you know, you post something, you don't really think about it, but you're forced to think about it when someone points it out to you, and you're just like, man, like I wish they didn't see this thing that I posted or whatever. And some people, you know, I have been made fun of for like posting cringy things on the internet or whatever, you know. But if I would have never posted at all ever, I wouldn't have had the community that I had. I would have never formed the friendships that I currently have in my life right now. A lot of people will look at your views and like shit on your views, talk about like, oh, you're falling off or whatever. Like there's YouTubers with millions of subscribers but only get like 1,000 views per video, but like at least they're still trying. Like, why is it bad to try? Like, why is it so bad to keep trying? And even when you're not doing so well, why is it bad to pick yourself back up and keep doing what you want to do? Like, there's people that will shit on you for like not getting as many views as you used to, or just whatever, because they want to feel better about themselves and they want to compare their views to yours or whatever. I don't know. People might feel shame in like what they got going on, that they have to distract themselves with you to make them feel better, and they don't have what it takes to recognize their own emotions. They literally have to go after other people to make themselves feel better, and it's a very common practice within I feel like in human nature, because in human nature all we do is compare each other to ourselves, and I think that's the root of all of our problems, because the more we compare, the more that we're gonna shit on other people for not being as good and to make ourselves feel better or whatever, and we have to look at their views and compare them to mine. And a lot of times social media also just plays a really big part in people comparing themselves and wanting to prove that they're superior in their views or whatever, and flexing on themselves. There's this girl, Sophie Rain, that made like 40 something million on OnlyFans, and that's something that I've been thinking about a lot these past couple of days, because I was like reading something about it and I was just like, damn, and I'm just like comparing myself to that, and I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Like a young girl that's younger than me, I think, I don't even know, and she's making millions off of selling her body, which is something that I would never do. But I'm just like, damn, and I that's like numbers that I probably won't ever see in my lifetime, where I compare other people's success to my own, or other people's work ethic to my own, and I don't know. I feel like these are something that a lot of people go through, and a lot of people like to compare themselves, and that leads on to putting other people down because you're insecure about your level of success compared to them. And I feel like that's unfair to them because they put in the work, or they had the strategy and their strategy worked out but yours didn't, type shit. I don't know. Anyways, with that being said, oh, I have the burp hiccups. Those are actually burps, but they sound like hiccups. Anyways, bye.